Hey everybody, it's Kelly. Welcome back. I did listening to the playback of last week's video, and I noticed that you guys could hear a dog barking in the background. Um, in our house, we have energy efficient windows in every single room except for two: the dining room and this office. So, we don't have any dogs, we don't have any kids, we don't have any cats. It's just me and Robert. So if you hear dogs barking in the background, it's the neighbors right next to us. It's their dogs. And of course, you can't tell your neighbor's dogs to be quiet. So I'm sorry if you hear the dogs, even though it's not my thing. So we're here today for hashtag Deck the Year. I went ahead and created another altered index card while I was on lunch break today. Um, I still had this blue index card in my little bag, and I also had a lot of the stuff that I'd used, the stickers and the glue and the little mini Tim Holtz vintage photo. I was gonna distress this one, but I didn't. I didn't want to deal with that when I was at work, and I just now remembered it. So no distressing on this one, but it's fine. It still turned out really cute. And Deck of the Year is hosted by Penny over at Penny's Crafty Creations, and you can alternate just about any card. If it's a card, you can alternate it. Standard deck of cards, which is what she's been doing for the last 4 years. Flashcards she reintroduced. Last year she did time cards, which I'm sorry, I'm holding it with my right hand. It's kind of wobbly. I apologize. So she brought that back this year for the flashcards, and then the time cards, and then the index cards of any size, and she added greeting cards. So you can either create a greeting card or you can alter a greeting card that you had received, or like I do, sometimes I'll get greeting cards for cheap on clearance and then use them as card bases and then design them however I want. You could do that. And then the other one was Memdex cards. She has a roller thing of Rolodex replaceable cards. If you have that, you could do that. So I did two greeting cards the first 2 weeks. The last week was the yellow index card. This week is the blue index card. I kind of have a fun idea for the second week of February because the day before Valentine's Day is Friday the 13th, and that's kind of a big deal over here. So I have an idea for that. And I bounced it off of Lucia over at Teho Creates today when we ran into each other at work. It's a cute idea. And she thinks it's going to be a cute idea. Hold on a second, I'm going to get a drink. Today I'm drinking, I limit these, but I'm drinking the Ghost Blue Raspberry energy drink. I like the Ghost because the caffeine is derived from B vitamins. And I've seen a lot of, I had to go I have a murmur. So, and I've had an echo before because my dad had heart issues. So I was asked to go see a cardiologist for just to do a check-see and check on my murmur. And almost all the staff in his office are drinking Bang or Ghost. And there's like 3 items in Monster, Rockstar, and Red Bull that cause a lot of the issues that people have, so I stay away from those. But anyway, this isn't about the drink, this is about the card. So, let's just show you. Here we go. So, this is one of my master boards that I've mentioned before that I created and cut in different sizes, and I didn't really know what to do with it. They were scraps from a bunch of the things. The butterfly with the flower and the leaves in the middle, that came from, I did one of Life with Patty's journals the first time she did a artisan journal. I think it was 2024. I don't know. I followed along, but I never posted because I didn't feel comfortable with posting. So that was one of the pictures that I printed off for that. This right here is peony paper from Stampin' Up. It's kind of hard to see because the lighting in here is horrible because of the overhead. This is the corner is a little scrap from some paper from Hobby Lobby, I think. This over here is, you can see where it says The Invisible Man. That came from Cliff Notes on The Invisible Man. The feather, I believe, came from a scrap of Stampin' Up! Paper. The citrus with the raspberry, that came from paper that I got at Daiso. This was, let's see if I can, this piece right here was one of those textured pieces that came in the Dollar Tree bags, and I don't know where that piece came from, unless it's still part of this. I'm not real sure. I took the vintage photo and I did the edges. I darkened up some of the areas. I darkened up the butterfly, a little bit of flowers, a little bit of this over here. And then from that narrative poetry set with the stickers, I added the key, this sunflower. I thought this looked pretty cool, so I added that like postage, that they not a postage stamp, but that they do when they cancel out a postage. This one I believe is a postage stamp. And then this little thing in adventure written in green. I thought it picked up off of these leaves and the little spritz from whatever I had done with that. Then there's a wax seal right here that I added, and another little flower that's really hard to see. So I thought it turned out pretty cute. It would be another, since it's another altered index card, it would be a nice little tuck-in for a journal of some sort. I was going to create a butterfly garden journal, and that idea is still kicking around my head, but I just don't have the time. I try really hard to get the deck of the years done, and a lot of times because I use stickers, I incorporate Rose with Crafting Rose for the Sticker Saturday, because I have been using stickers in my deck of the years, so kind of like a twofer on that one, and then Rose gets to see the deck of years that I was able to do. And then the 12 on 12. Oh, and I'm excited about the 12 on 12 because the 12 on 12 is also 2 days before Valentine's Day, and the idea for deck of the year kind of falls in line with 12 on 12. So stay tuned for that. I'm super excited. So I like how this little journaling card turned out. I had to trim off the bottom, just one little section right here, just because it was a little bit too long and I wanted to make them even. I also had to trim off the side over here because it was longer than wide for the index card. But I'm still super happy about how it turned out. It's really cute. And I don't really have too much of a style when I do stuff. I just do stuff that I just throw stuff together and see how it works. I guess a free-for-all? I have no idea. But anyway, that was my card for week 5 of wow, so we've already have 5 weeks in it already of hashtag Deck the Year. Head on over to Penny's channel. She has a whole list of everybody that's participating in Deck the Year. There are quite a few people that are participating in this. A lot of very talented people out there doing a lot of really beautiful work. Thank you, Penny, for hosting this again another year. I'm enjoying it, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.